Long ago, there was a small bird who found a precious grain of food. To the bird, it was not just a meal, but the result of an entire day of searching. However, the grain accidentally fell into the hollow of a large tree. The bird approached and gently asked the tree to return the grain, but the tree only laughed and said it had no reason to give it back. Feeling treated unfairly, the bird decided to seek help. The bird went to a carpenter and begged him to cut down the tree to retrieve the grain. The carpenter was astonished. Just for one tiny grain of food, how could I cut down an entire large tree? He refused. Not giving up, the bird went to the king and asked him to punish the carpenter for refusing to help. But the king also believed this matter was too trivial to involve himself in. The bird began to feel weak and helpless. Everywhere it went, others dismissed its request as unimportant. The grain may have been small, but to the bird, it was extremely valuable. A question rose in its heart. Am I too insignificant to protect what belongs to me? And from there, the long journey of persistence and determination of the little bird began. After being rejected by the tree, the carpenter, and the king, the bird's disappointment grew even heavier. But instead of giving up, the bird decided to continue looking for another way. The next morning, it went to the elephant handler, the one who took care of the king's elephant. The bird said, "Tomorrow, when the king rides the elephant, make him fall. Then he will have to pay attention to my problem." The handler was shocked. He said that harming the king over a single grain of food was unreasonable, and he could not commit such cruelty. He refused and advised the bird to accept the situation. The bird became upset, yet it still did not give up. This time, it flew to speak with a small ant. The bird told the entire story. The tree kept the grain, the carpenter would not help, the king refused, and the elephant handler did not side with it. The ant listened and replied that the matter was too small, not worth risking its life by crawling into the elephant's trunk, where it could be crushed at any moment. This was when the bird stopped pleading and showed firm resolve. The bird said to the ant, "I cannot harm the tree, the carpenter, the king, or the elephant, but I can easily crush you with my beak." The ant, frightened, finally agreed to help. Immediately after, the ant crawled into the elephant's trunk. The elephant panicked and rushed to the handler. The handler was forced to report to the king. The king ordered the carpenter to deal with the tree. When the tree saw it was about to be cut down, it quickly returned the grain to the bird. The little bird had finally reclaimed what belonged to it. The story of the little bird does not end with the grain being recovered. What matters more is the profound lesson behind its journey. In life, many people feel small and powerless. They believe they lack the strength to change anything and cannot protect what belongs to them. But the bird proved the opposite. Strength does not depend on size or authority. True strength comes from determination, intelligence, and perseverance. The bird did not use violence, nor did it give up when challenges appeared. It sought new approaches, found the right helper, and used its mind to create a chain reaction greater than itself. In the beginning, it could not confront the tree, the carpenter, or the king, but it recognized that the ant was the one it could influence. From one small action by the ant, an entire chain of events was triggered, leading to the final result. The message is clear. No matter how small you are, you can create great change as long as you think wisely and refuse to give up. When life brings challenges that seem overwhelming, do not lose heart. Stay calm, observe, connect, and use your intelligence. Just one right idea, one firm decision, and one persistent attitude can completely change the situation. True strength begins from within yourself. The story of the little bird and the grain of food may seem simple, but it carries a deep message about strength and belief in oneself. Many people, when facing hardship, convince themselves that they are too small to make a difference. They compare themselves with the big trees of life, those with power, authority, or higher status, and believe they stand no chance. However, the bird showed that true strength is not something others grant you, but something you uncover within yourself. The bird did not have enough physical strength to confront the tree, nor the authority to command the king or the carpenter. Yet it possessed perseverance and intelligence, which kept it from quitting when refused. It understood that every living being has strengths and weaknesses. When it could not influence those stronger than itself, it chose to act on the smallest but most impactful link, the ant. And from that small action, a powerful chain reaction formed. This reminds us that in life, solutions are not always about using greater force, but about observing, choosing the right moment, and influencing the right point. Instead of saying, "I can't," ask yourself, what is the smallest step I can take? Because even one small but persistent action can create widespread change, transforming situations that once seemed impossible. Never underestimate yourself. No matter how small you may seem, you can create a difference. What you must maintain is faith, determination, and wisdom in every step you take.